Okay, lunchtime and healthy food, including some olives. I really tried my best, and I'm not a perfect person, but I really tried my best with my children, especially to teach them how to eat healthy food, and wasn't always that successful. You are what they make you eat, I guess. And we live in a land full of unhealthy choices. And some of it's legal. Can't regulate food, Twinkies, and pop and junk food. I mean, people can try to live on it if they want to, but it might catch up with them down the road. So, moving right along, we are now in Job, our Bible study of Job, chapter 31. Oh boy, this is where it gets good. I made a covenant with my eyes not to look lustfully at a girl. That's interesting. Wow. Puritan much? What a Puritan. I know men who have looked lustfully with their eyes at women. I know married men who have done that. And from Freud's viewpoint, men and women think about sex all the time. Even from the time of being a little kid, sort of. They just don't, they're not sexually mature, they don't know. They think about what makes their endorphins fire off. And when they're little, they should be spending time with their mommy and daddy who take care of them. But divorces can happen when daddy starts looking lustfully at younger women in monogamous marriages. But there are some unions and career choices that involve sex. There's a sex industry. In some places it's legalized. In other places it's regulated. And I know every man has dick issues and dictatorship issues. Just look at our president. I'm definitely not going to look lustfully at that ugly man. Ugh. Anyways, I made a covenant with my eyes not to look lustfully at a girl. For what is man's lot from God above, his heritage from the Almighty on high? Is it not ruin for the wicked, disaster for those who do wrong? Does he not see my ways and count my every step? If I have walked in falsehood, or my foot has hurried after deceit, let God weigh me in honest scales, and he will know that I am blameless. All right. Cheater's credo is deny till you die. Somebody got Mary pregnant. If it was God, I guess God raped her. If you look at it that way. If she didn't have a say in it, it was still rape. If my steps have turned from the path, if my heart has been led by my eyes, or if my hands have been defiled, You should file your nails, you know. Then may others eat what I have sown. Right. You should share your abundance. You should share in your produce. If you plant a garden, you have an abundant harvest, you should probably think about giving some to your neighbors. Or if you're going to do it as a business, sell it at a market. And may my crops be uprooted. Wow. That's, it's such a bugger to put a whole bunch of work into renovating houses and doing flower gardens and kids and ministry and all that work in life, all that work, all the food cooked meals and all that stuff. It is such a bummer to put all that work into life and then have your place in it uprooted by someone who didn't do any of the work to deserve it. But that happens in reality. It's called daddy divorces, or mommy divorces daddy, and then daddy gets hooked up with some other woman. Someone who's better after daddy damages mommy. If my heart has been enticed by a woman, or if I have lurked at my neighbor's door, then may my wife grind another man's grain. And may other men sleep with her. Men tend to be very territorial. They also tend to like to sow their wild oats. They like to try to control women, especially if they're patriarchs. I know some marriages that are work quite well, and they're open marriages because the parties involved don't consider it cheating when it is above board. And I know, how do you not look lustfully at a woman if you were bisexual or homosexual? Women have beautiful bodies, most of them. If they take care of them, if they take care of their bodies, they're beautiful bodies. And if they smile and they're happy, they can be very beautiful. But women can also be crazy and angry. I have, I'll call them boyfriends. I have boyfriends who tell me about their girlfriends. And some of these women are crazy. Banging your head on a bedpost while you're yelling, "What's wrong with me?" is crazy. I'm not that crazy. Amber alert. Be careful. For that would have been shameful, a sin to be judged, unless you live in Oregon. In Oregon, you don't get judged for cheating on your wife. You do not. Oregon is an open state, open marriage state. I know a woman who works in the courthouse, and she's got a harem. She's got 3 partners. But she makes a lot of money, so she gets to decide how to live. And she's got kids. Pretty sure she has kids. One of her boyfriends is young enough to be one of my kids. And he's very handsome, too. He's Greek. I've danced with both of them before. Just not in bed, on the dance floor. Anyways. It is a fire that burns to destruction. It would have been uprooted. It would have uprooted my harvest. Now, children are the fruit of the womb. And they require lots of underwear, like fruit of the womb underwear, whatever. That's fun. They should be fed lots of fruit and vegetables and healthy food. But children are the fruit of the womb. And God created them, and God is the harvester. Right now, we're living in a pandemic where it's like the Grim Reaper is on the earth. So people are being harvested because men are like grass. And the Reaper mows us down, humans down, when it's our time. If I have denied justice to my men servants and maidservants, when they had a grievance against me, what will I do when God confronts me? What will I answer when called to account? Did not he who made me in the womb make them? So when people ask me, why am I the way I am? I'm like, well, ask God. I don't know. Ask my parents. Ask my siblings. Ask my kids. Ask my ex-husband. Ask, my teachers. Ask the ones who taught me what I know. Ask if you want to ask me why I'm the way I am, I can ask my therapist, which I did. I have a great therapist. I said, can you just diagnose me so I can tell people what it is I have? She goes, oh, don't worry about it. It's temporary. I go, God, good. And I said, what is it? She goes, you have acute stress disorder. I said, oh, that's cute. I thought I was maybe just being raised around a bunch of crazy makers and judgmental F-tards. And hypocrites. Did not the same one form us both within our mothers? If I have denied the desires of the poor, or let the eyes of the widow grow weary, if I had kept my bread to myself, not sharing it with the fatherless, but from my youth I reared him as I would a father, and from my birth I guided the widow, if I have seen anyone perishing for lack of clothing, or a needy man without a garment, and his heart did not bless me for warming him with the fleece from my sheep, if I've raised my hand against the fatherless, knowing that I had influence in court, then let my arm fall from the shoulder, let it be broken off at the joint. For I dreaded destruction from God, and for fear of his splendor I could not do such things. All right. I've been fleeced by religious leaders before. Give and go. So that all the world will know Jesus loves you so. So you're welcome for everything I've ever given. If I have put my trust in gold, or said to pure gold, you are my security, if I have rejoiced over my great wealth, the fortune my hands have gained, if I have regarded the sun in its radiance, or the moon moving in splendor, so that my heart was secretly enticed, and my hand offered them a kiss of homage, then these also would be sins to be judged. For I would have been unfaithful to God on high. Oh, wow. I remember in the days of my prudery, dear Prudence days, I can remember when I first got divorced, I fell deeply in love with a man who told me he was the real deal. He's no longer alive. Unfortunately, he relapsed. He had 8 years of sobriety, and he relapsed on some drug and died from a drug overdose. And he was a beautiful man. His spirit was beautiful, an artist. But he had an addiction to falling in love, maybe. He could have been a love addict. Anyways, beautiful brown eyes, beautiful smile. Willing to embrace my children as part of the, God's table. My kids seem to like him. I told him I wouldn't give him a kiss until my divorce was final. After a 20-year divorce, even though my ex cheated on me, got involved with another woman, I wouldn't give him a kiss while we were dating. And we actually never even had sex. I mean, we did things together, but we never did the deed. I still managed to fall in love with him. But I wouldn't give him a kiss until my divorce was final. And I told him the reason why was because I made an oath to God to be faithful to my ex-husband, not because of my ex-husband's behavior, because he was not a nice man to me in a lot of ways. Man, oh my, it was like having another baby in the house. His tizzy fits. Anyways, I was faithful to my oath before God for my marriage. Now, God hasn't necessarily been faithful to me in return. Maybe God's high on something. I think God is an acronym for group of drunks, or group of deities, or government of druggies, or group of dogs, or group of something. It's an acronym. And I don't think it would be a group of daddies, would it? Huh? Daddy worshippers? Is God a group of daddy worshippers? Wow. That's a thought. Anyways, if I have rejoiced at my enemy's misfortune, or gloated over the trouble that came to him, I have not allowed my mouth to sin by invoking a curse against his life. I've had a curse invoked against my life. But the Bible says that an undeserved curse finds no rest. It's like a bird. Just let it fly away. If the men of my household have never said, who has not had his fill of Job's meat? But no stranger had to spend the night in the street. Well, I can't take all you homeless people into my house. Nope. Can't do it. I already did my part. I did my part. 8 months. And then a couple of other people I try to help that are dangerous or don't make me feel comfortable. So this is my sanctuary. And anyone who comes into my sanctuary will have to be respectful and respect me and live according to my standards and my lifestyle. Not come into my home and take over. Nope. They'll have to pick up after themselves, keep the room clean, pitch in them with chores, and be safe. Not put something in the oven and then start chatting on the phone so that when I walk out, their kitchen's filled with smoke. Or leaving the, no. I said I'm the mistress of my realm. As long as I have this realm, I'm the mistress of it. I'm the master, mistress. If I ever, yep. And I'm not a heavy meat eater. Little chicken, little fish, that's it. But no, well, maybe a little piece of jerky, but not big on meat. But no stranger had to spend the night in the street, for my door was always open to the traveler. That sounds like a hostel, or a hotel, or a motel. Usually they pay to stay there. If I have concealed my sin as men do, by hiding my guilt in my heart, because I so feared the crowd, and so dreaded the contempt of the clans, that I kept silent and would not go outside. I have a family that's like a clan. Oh, that I had someone to hear me. I sign now my defense. Let the Almighty answer me. Let my accuser put his indictment in writing. I was investigated, and my accuser came to the conclusion that after all my hard work at the university to get my degrees, that I am a writer of Facebook vomit, even though I'm a published poet. I write so much more than vomit. I try to right wrongs, but other people seem to have me locked in to being a bad person. That's all they can see me as, is a bad person. And they don't even know me. So whatever. Surely I would wear it on my shoulder. I'd wear the right, like the letter A. Adulterer, letter A. Remember Scarlet Letter? I'd wear it on my shoulder, or I would put it on like a crown. I would give him an account of my every step like a prince. I would approach him. If my land cries out against me, and all its furrows are wet with tears, if I have devoured its yield without payment, or broken the spirit of its tenants, then let briars come up instead of wheat, and weeds instead of barley. The words of Job are finally ended. I like that song that says, "Kiss me out in the bearded barley." I'll wear those shoes and you can wear that hat. That's romantic. Olives. So, Job 31. That's almost as good as Proverbs 31. Talks about the value of women. Far above rubies. Yep. Maybe not in Oregon, but somewhere.